Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Trevor Press Buttons. I really appreciate you tuning in with me today. Today, I hope you all are having a fantastic night. Today, we're going to be talking about Apple and Google Gemini partnership could make an unstoppable AI force. So I already recorded this, but unfortunately, it did not go through. Like, it was uploading very, very slowly. So unfortunately, I was not able to publish it. So I had to do this all over. I was going to have an interview on my podcast, but some reason it was just technical difficulties. So we're just gonna do this instead. So yeah, all right, let's go and get started. Um, so now I'm using a new program where I can actually share my screen, so y'all can see the reference I got up there. So y'all can go ahead and enter that in, or something similar to that, because I got all this highlighted. Well, you know what? Whatever. Here, let's go through real quick. Y'all can stop it at a certain point if y'all want. It's a long link, but y'all find it. Okay. Here we go. Google's parent company Alphabet shot higher yesterday, finishing the day up 4.6% following a boomerang report that Apple may be looking into Google Gemini as the AI integrated into the iPhone. Indeed, a potential Apple-Google Gemini partnership in artificial intelligence could mirror their deal with Search, which was the subject of considerate regulatory scrutiny in recent years. And while a Google-Apple AI partnership is sure to draw the ire of antitrust regulators, I see the move as a potentially massive win for both companies as they seek to gain further in the AI race. With Microsoft leading the charge on generative AI with its open AI stake, Apple must find a way to make up for lost time on the AI front. Teaming up with Google is a way to catch up with industry and leaders like Microsoft. Also, it may be straightforward way to pull ahead as Apple gains access to one of the most potent large language models, Google Gemini. Given this, I remain bullish on both Apple and Google. Apple teaming up with an AI powerhouse could prove wise. While I'm sure Apple could incorporate its own LLM into its devices, I think Google is the better option at this early phase in the AI boom. Why? As good as LLMs have become in recent quarters, they're still not immune for hallucinating, making up stuff, seemingly out of the blue. Only time will tell when we have a robust hallucination-free LLM ready for the market. Regardless, given Apple's history of releasing polished products that are truly ready for takeoff, I just don't see Apple putting itself out there with a work-in-progress type of LLM product. Pretty kind of fast. It capable of impressive as they are, even the latest versions of Google Gemini and ChatGPT 4 Turbo are technically works in progress, at least in my opinion. Neither LLM is perfect, especially at this point in the AI lifecycle, when hallucinations still happen regularly. My guess is it could take a while before LLMs polished enough that mistakes become incredibly rare or maybe virtually impossible. Perhaps we may be a few quarters or even a few years away from the error-free AI that many of us envision as a sort of holy grail in AI. Given how fast generative AI technologies are advancing, think exponential, not linear rates, though maybe hallucination-free LLMs are a heck of a lot closer than many of us may think. For now, I think the masses have come to accept that the occasional hiccup is bound to happen when using the best LLM that exists today. Users of such LLMs can simply check the sources themselves to ensure they're not on the receiving end of hallucination. Indeed, fact checking can be a bit of hassle when using LLMs like Gemini or GPT-4, but it's a relatively small compromise. Further, it's between using an old-fashioned search engine. What could the future hold for the Apple AI partnership? I don't think Apple is anything to really gain by rushing an LLM product to make right now, especially given that today's LLMs are prone to errors, negative headlines, lawsuits, public outrage, and all sorts of negativity. Okay, we're actually really close. When the perfect time comes, perhaps when LLMs have a bit more polish, though, I think Apple could have the option to replace Google Gemini with its own LLM, just like when it gave Intel the boot of Mac devices when it was ready to launch it on the back of its own Apple Silicon. In these early stages of the AI boom, Apple stands to benefit from all the positives of AI by using Gemini without having to deal with the upstairs or upsides or sorry, downsides. If something goes awry, it's the Gemini LLM, not Apple. That's to blame. In the meantime, look for Alphabet to gain as Gemini introduces itself to Apple's golden install base, which is billions of users strong. Indeed, Gemini and iPhone could ultimately help Google and Apple surpass Microsoft in the LLM race. By the way, Microsoft does have a ChatGPT or their kind of own thing called Copilot. It will be interesting to see how a potential Google Apple partnership evolves. Nevertheless, if any deal is inked, I expect that Google stock could face a considerable valuation, multiple expansion, perhaps one closer to that of its top AI peer. Microsoft stock, even if Alphabet is forced to pay a hefty sum. Even surging 4.6% in a day, Google stock still seems to have room to run at just 25.4 times trailing price to earn potential or price earnings if it's catch up to Microsoft stock's 37.7 times trailing price earning multiple. Is Google stock a buy according to analysts? Alphabet stock is a strong buy. According to the analysts, with 28 buys and 8 holds assigned in the past 3 months, the average Alphabet stock target of $165.09 implies 12.3% upside potential. Is Apple stock a buy according to analysts? Apple stock is a moderate buy according to analysts with 16 buys, 9 holds, and 1 sell assigned in the past 3 months. The average stock price target of $204.86 implies 16.3% upside potential. The bottom line. It seems like a Google Apple Gemini AI deal would be a win for both firms in a bid to pull ahead in the generative AI race. It's important to note, however, that all we have is a report from Bloomberg about potential talks between the two companies. The chatter about the chatter means that nothing is set in stone yet, even though recent market action suggests a dotted line has already been assigned. In any case, look for Apple to go on the hunt for an AI partner as it seeks a backstop. And this still early and less than polished stage of generative AI. So that was it. Oh my, that's probably the fastest I've read in my life, I swear. But like something long. But yeah, it would be so cool to see Apple team up, or even Apple makes like their own AI program. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, by the way, this is the season 2 premiere, guys. I'm really excited about this. Also, I'm sorry if it was blurry or sounded very, never mind. That was on my other podcast. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this How We Press Buttons. This was a great podcast. Hope that y'all find this interesting. Have a great night. God bless you. And I will see you next Friday. I'll also be at Hotel, which is going to be kind of cool. All right. Have a great night, everybody.